Hello and welcome everybody to another MachoorTV video. Today we're going to talk about something that is very essential, very important, which is defense. How do you actually improve your defense? I have some routine practices that I keep on doing right now, and before I play for like 15 minutes I do these routines, and it helped me tremendously. I cannot emphasize how much these routines have improved my defense recently. Like ever since I started doing this, I gained 200 MR in 2 days. And I was just gonna show you guys, the routines that I have right now, and stick to the end because I'm gonna show you the best thing to do, one of the best tools to use in defense. But before that, you ever wanted a Street Fighter coach? Well, I got you. Introducing the new and improved coaching sessions format. 5 steps to get started. Step 1. Contact me on Discord and Twitter DM. Step 2. Schedule a day and time with me and prepare 3 of your match replays. Step 3. 30 minutes before the session, confirm availability of you and me. Step 4. Pay the $25 to my PayPal. Step 5. Join the 30-minute coaching session. You got it?
Perfect.
See you at the training stage. Okay, so you normally hear people always talking about, oh, this guy is very solid. What do they mean by a solid player? What do they mean? They mean that he's very hard to break his defense. He's very difficult to get into attack him and stuff like that. His defense is immaculate, right? So how do you have an immaculate defense, right? You need to practice. If you just understand that something punishes something, but you don't actually practice it, you are never going to be good at it, especially in this game where there are a million things happening at the same time. You got drive rush, you got crouching medium kicks into drive rush, you got jumps, you got drive impact, you got so many things, right? So you need to be prepared for each and every single situation. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you in this video how to defend in this scenario right here, in this while you are in neutral, in mid-screen. If you are in this position, which is the beginning of a round, how do you actually defend yourself from here? How do you actually defend yourself from here, up, in the air? How do you defend in the corner? Okay, when you put your opponent in the corner, because believe it or not, this is an important aspect that a lot of people they miss in their game, and it is actually very important, very, very essential to continue pressure. Okay, this is called like offensive defense, right? I'm gonna show you what I mean, right? That is one, and I'm gonna show you also later on when you are the one who's getting pressured, what do you do? What do you do? All right, so stick around to the end because this is a very essential video. This is very important, and we're gonna start with actually recording some recordings for Luke. We're gonna record different ones. You can see that I already have them ready. Like I already have like 5 different recordings ready. But for just the simplicity, reasons, I'm just gonna explain one. I'm gonna choose this empty one. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. Okay, so basically, I'm going to have the first recording of Luke just going back and forth, and then he's gonna throw a crouching medium kick like this. And then the second one, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna keep Luke going back and forth like this, and then I'm gonna make him do something like this, right? Or instead, I can make him do medium punch, for example, something of that sort. So basically, he's gonna drive rush once. Again, he's gonna try to fish for me walking back and forth with a crouching medium kick. The second time, he's probably going to do something like this. We can do something like this, okay? And then the third time or the fourth time, I'm gonna have him, try to do a heavy punch like this. And the fifth time, I'm gonna have him jump and do a medium kick. So what we are basically doing right now is we are simulating what normally happens in the situation. These are the options that actually happen in the situation. Whenever you are dealing with Luke, this is how you lose. This is how you lose. You either get raw drive rushed, you either get hit with a crouching medium kick and then a combo, you either get hit with a jump, you either get hit with his heavy kick, or something of that sort, right? So you have to be ready for each single option and be able to punish those options, or deal with it, at least return him to neutral. Let him respect your ground game, let him respect your neutral game, and not have him just skip neutral and then win the game. That's not what we want, right? We want to stop people from playing like, you know, literal monkeys. And this is how you're gonna do it. So if you set, you know, the recording to number 1, we're gonna show it right now. So if we have this done like number 1, we're gonna have him, you know, jump and we're gonna punish him, right? So recording number 2 is gonna be this one. Up, we're gonna try to whiff punish him again. So we're gonna have repeat on replay on. Replay. This is the counter for slot number 2, and this is the counter for slot number 3, which is going to be this one. Okay, this is what he's gonna do, and this is how we're gonna counter it, right? Because what is happening right now is people they drive rush, and then they crouch, they press crouch medium kick or any button, and then they drive rush afterwards and do light punch or standing medium punch or whatever, and then they do a grab like this, like this. So for example, if I keep number 8 right now like this, what happens is they'll do this, right? So if I block this one, let me set it up. This is what will happen, right? So you get grabbed all the time, and then they immediately grab you. Isn't that right? This is what will always happen. So if they do this and I do drive reversal on the first hit like this, it's gonna push them away. They have lost three bars. If I can show you right here, right? If we keep the drive gauge as standard, then here as standard, and they do the exact same thing, you'll see the benefit of this, right? I have like almost 4 bars and he have 3 bars, so I already have more drive meter than him, and these things are very important when you are dealing in a high level game, right? So you don't want that mix up where he just like, you know, grabs you or shimmies you, or you know, goes for a meaty, or goes like, you know, frame trap with like buttons or stuff like that. You don't want that. You don't want to deal with that. So what do? You react with for the green flash for drive rush. You react with immediate drive reversal. You don't do this once somebody does crouch immediate kick on you. You do this when somebody does, you know, drive rush after a button. So if somebody presses a button and then you see immediately there's a drive rush, you react immediately with a drive reversal. Don't be late, because if you are late, the drive reversal unfortunately in this game is slow. It will be blocked, and then you will be punished because drive reversal is -8. So you have to use this, very important. If you guys watch Japanese players, they use this all the time. They use this all the time, and it is very, very important, especially in the corner, which we are going to go for afterwards. So then if we go for the next options, I'm gonna show you the other ones. We showed already until 3. Just play this one right now. So this is like the raw drive rush. What we are going to do is we are going to try to react to this with a medium punch like this, and then combo, do our standard drive rush punish. And then the 5th one, what is it gonna be? The 5th one is going to be the heavy punch. Okay, so what you're going to do is you are going to punish it this way, or you're gonna punish it the easy way, which is this one, right? And then start with pressure. So what we are going to do, this is like, now that you have already recorded all of these slots, these 5 slots, what you are going to do is you're going to enable all of them. Enable all of them, and then have the game. The game will actually, like, you know, play them randomly, and then you have to, you know, react to each option and choose the right answer to it, right? You might get 1 wrong, you might get 2 wrong, but you just keep at it, keep doing it until you actually like get better at it. And even if you do it once in a match or once in a round, if you answer one of these options once in a round, it might mean you winning the entire set, right? So this is very important. Even if you miss it once, it doesn't really matter, but you know, as long as you are doing it, it will work. Look, I'm talking right now and I'm answering all of them, right? Okay, that was a miss. That was a miss. This was correct. This was a miss. This was also a miss. It will take that. So the entire idea is I'm trying to stay away of the range of those buttons, right? So if I stay in the range of those buttons, it doesn't really matter because I'm gonna block them, right? So I'm trying to make them whiff. This is how you play neutral. You see, I'm missing those drive rush punishes, but nonetheless, we are doing well. Okay. You see the whole idea, right? You get the gist of it, right? So you have to do this. Keep those slots ready. You don't have to do it every single time you start the game. Just keep them ready, and then once you start the game, you go to Luke. These slots are going to be there. You just have to enable them. Don't record new ones just for the sake of time, just for the sake of your effort, and just practice this every single match. This every single time you start the game before you play a match, because this will help you. This will simulate a real match. This will simulate a real match. But you don't want just anti-air training, because anti-air training is your opponent is not going to be jumping 24/7. Your opponent is going to be trying to fish for crouching medium kick, hits with like drive rush. Your opponent is going to be trying to like fish with like heavy punch, confirms with drive rush, or heavy punch, into I don't know, punish counter, or like a special move afterwards. Your opponent is going to try to like just do crouching medium kick, drive rush, light punch, they grab you, or raw drive rush. So this actually like enables you to practice how to punish each one of them. If you practice all of these, keep them all enabled, not just one, keep them all enabled, and then practice the answers to each one of them accordingly. This way, once you're in the game, you will be able to get them right. I'm not saying that you will do it perfectly, but you will notice that the success rate of you punishing these options has increased. It increased by 10%, it increased by 5%. Any improvement is good. Any improvement can save you. At least if you punish this once, it might mean that you start your offense and start that snowball effect where each hit leads to the other, and then you win the round, and then you win the set, you win the match, and then you rank up, right? So you get the idea, right? So this is like the first thing that I'm going to show you. This is the neutral training that I'm keeping right now with Luke. The next one that I'm going to show you is how to defend against somebody that you have put in the corner, because this is very important. This is very important. This is offensive defense. So here with Jamie, I'm going to show you guys what happens when you put somebody in the corner. A lot of the times, if you go back to your recordings or to your replays, you'll find out that you lose because you put somebody in the corner and then they jumped out of the corner, or they put you in the corner and now you are the one who's being pressured and you die from that, right? So once you put somebody in the corner, it is very important for you to keep them in the corner. So that is part of offensive defense, right? So what will happen is what normally happens when you put somebody in the corner and then you press a button like this, they are either going to do one of two things. They are either going to jump, right? Jump out of the corner and hit you with a cross up, because crosscut DPs in this game is difficult. Okay, let's just say it out loud. It is difficult to do, and a lot of people they miss it. So people, they try to fish for that specific angle where they are going to like land as a cross up, and it's difficult for you to like guess whether it's a forward anti-air or a back anti-air, right? So they jump from this case, and if they succeed, even if it's blocked, even if they don't get hit, now you're the one in the corner. So it's very rewarding, right? And even if they get hit, they're out of the corner. So it's a win-win situation in my book. So anyways, that is the first thing that happens. The second thing is they're going to do crouching heavy punch, or crouching medium kick, sorry, and they are going to drive rush afterwards and then grab you back to the corner. So this is what happens if we just keep this one ready. I'll just show you slot number 3, slot number 2 maybe. Okay, this is gonna be a jump. Slot number 3 is going to be this one. This is what happens, right? This is what happens when you are defending versus somebody. Now you're in the corner and you have to take that pressure, right? So what we are going to do is we're going to keep them in the corner. We're going to keep them in the corner by enabling these two slots. I've recorded these two options, the jump and the drive rush crouching medium kick into driver's back jump. So we're going to deal with it like this. Alright, now you have kept him in the corner. You don't want to use, in this case, you can do a crosscut TP, right? But a crosscut TP in this case, is it really optimal? Is it really optimal? Because yeah, they took the damage, but they're out of the corner. And you are actually like very close to the corner. So if you have the reactions, you should be able to have the reactions. You should, if you practice it, you can definitely do it. You should be meeting them air to air. And you know, maximize that damage. Even if you don't want to use EX, you can do like a light, like a normal, you know, Tatsu like this. Sorry, this is not the one. You can do something like this, and then maybe like do an empty jump or something like that, right? So even if you don't want to spend the meter, this is very rewarding because remember, it's more damage than a DP, and on top of this, you kept them in the corner. So this is like. In the corner, this is very important. This is like the best anti-air that you can do, right? And on top of this, if somebody does jump like that, I can do super like this and get that extra damage. Even if I want to do level 3, I can definitely do that. That is another thing, you know, important thing about this. Look at this. Like right now, if I anti-air them this way and I dash forward, I am +5. I am +5, right? So this allows me to mix them up. Either go for a grab, either go for a button. You know, I can mix them up. So let me just put this as a wake up reversal. I'm gonna put light punch, which is a 4-framer. He's you know, Jamie's light punch is a 4-framer, right? So we're gonna enable this. What will happen is we're gonna do this. We're gonna make him block it, and he's gonna jump like that. I'm gonna grab him. Look at that, it's a counter hit. You see that? So it's a mix-up. And even what I can do also, I can do something like this. See that? Look at that damage. Look at that damage. This is like meterless. So, and even when I'm doing the combo, I'm gaining meter back. So this is very important. Like it leaves you with a mix-up afterwards, and it's only 1 bar, and the damage is very good. You keep them in the corner, so they will think 10 times before jumping again after you hit them with this combo, right? I believe this is a very good way to spend your 1 bar. If you have a 1 bar, you know, you want to spend it, this is a very good way to use it. If you want to spend level 3, you can do that. No issues. No issue with that, right? The second thing is, when they do, you know, the other option instead of jumping, which is this one, what will happen is I can immediately put them this way, and now I am also plus. I'll show you guys. You know, this is plus, right? So even if I enable this one, let me just show you before I can show you the option. I'll show you the frame data. You see that I'm +4. So it's the exact same case. I can mix them up with a grab, mix them up with a meaty and whatnot. So even if I enable wake up light punch like this, what will happen is I can hit them with this beautiful combo right there and that beautiful damage. So this is very important. You can see even the amount of meter that is being lost. Like he just spent 3 bars for nothing. He's already in the in the yellow and I'm in the green. So it's a win. It's a win for me. It's definitely a win for me, and it's a mix up afterwards. So this is very, very essential that you guys do. Once you see this, once you do this multiple times, you see this in a match, you'll see that, you know, you have gained an advantage that you did not have before. Like you kept them in the corner. Now they need to like think of something else. They spend their bar, they don't have enough bar, they need to think of something else. Maybe an EXTP, maybe a random super, maybe another jump, and then you can react to it and punish it that way. So they will have to, like, you know, rearrange their papers once this happens. So arrange the cards once this happens, right? So what I'm gonna do in this practice, the same exact thing. I'm gonna, you know, do block reversal as this. Keep them both happening. Keep them both on. Okay. And again. And again. And this way. You see that? This is like very, very important to do. And you can even set the wake up light punch. So then you can practice that follow up combo, that follow-up mix-up afterwards. You can practice the timing for the grab, the timing for the meaty, and whatnot. So this is like very essential in the corner. This will help you a lot, because a lot of the matches, a lot of the rounds in this game, they are won in the corner, right? So this is the second part of training. So for the final one that I'm going to show you guys today, this is an essential one. This is very, very important. I see a lot of people, they don't know when to press the light punches, right? Because of course, light punches 4 frames, you want to interrupt people who are pressuring you. A lot of the stuff in this game are not safe, and they are not real. Like the pressure that you have in this game is not real. There are gaps. Most of the stuff are minus. So you need to understand when to press light punch. Of course, you are not going to like go and memorize, frame data for literally everything, right? That's very, very like you can do it, but it's almost impossible, right? To memorize frame data for every single situation, right? So what you are going to do, you're going to do a delayed button, a delayed light punch, right? Exactly the same way that we do delayed throw tech in defense. This time you're gonna do delayed button, and I'm gonna simulate this by two things or two scenarios that keep on happening versus Jury and versus other characters also. So what will happen is sometimes when you're playing versus Jury, he'll try to skip neutral by doing this. So if you keep this on, he's gonna do this and then try to grab you, right? So what will happen is, let me just show you. You're getting grabbed like this way, right? And you feel like, oh man, I don't know what to do. Is it gonna be a grab? Is it gonna be a button? And I'm like it's a mix-up, right? So you don't know what to do. It's something that you have to guess. And then the other one, we're gonna keep her do this in the other slot, and then afterwards immediately she's gonna do light punch. Right? See, like that, right? So this is the idea here, is that the first recording with the grab is not a block string, is not a guess. There is a gap. There is a gap. If we can show this again, I'll show you the amount of the gap. Right? So there is at least a 4 frame gap in between that, right? So if I block this, there's at least a 4 frame gap in between that. So you want to be able to interrupt this and not get grabbed, because she has to like walk forward a little bit and grab you. She has to walk a little bit forward and then input that grab. You want to catch her when she's walking forward. So in the other one, it is a complete like a complete block string. You can't press anything in between. There's only a 2 frame gap. You guys can see that. There's only a 2 frame gap. Hold up, let me show you. Here with the mouse. See, there's only a 2 frame gap. So you cannot press a light punch. And if you press a light punch, it will be a counter hit for her, and then she can combo off of that counter hit and then kill you. You don't want that. So what we are going to do, we're gonna press light punch only when she's walking forward, and we're gonna press light punch also in the same instance, but it's not gonna come out. Let me just show you with the first recording so then you understand what I'm talking about. So this is the recording of the grab, right? So I'm gonna interrupt her before she grabs me. You will notice that I'm not pressing light punch immediately after the blocked kick, the blocked heavy kick. I am pressing light punch slightly afterwards, right? So even if I enable the second option, I'm gonna press light punch also. You guys look at my inputs here at the left side and see that I'm pressing light punch, and you'll see that it's not coming out. I'm not getting counter hit. See that? So you want to memorize this timing. That's the whole point of this. You want to memorize this timing, so then if an opponent does something that has a gap, your light punch is gonna come out and it's gonna counter hit them, and then you can get that counter hit combo immediately after the light punch. I'm gonna press medium punch immediately just in case that it's a counter hit. I'm gonna get that combo, so then I can follow up either with a Tatsu or with a drive rush. And that will help me interrupt a lot of stuff, not just in this instance, not just when an opponent is trying to like walk forward and grab me, okay, which happens a lot, by the way. Even if somebody tries to press something that has a gap, let's say that they pressed light punch into crouching mini kick, or medium punch into crouching medium kick. That has a gap. That's not a block string. So if I do this exact same timing, I want to memorize this exact same timing of pressing light punch, right? So then if they do a block string, a true block string afterwards, I don't get the light punch and it's blocked and I'm safe. And if they try to go for something that is unreal or something that is not safe or something that's not a block string, I'm gonna counter hit them and I'm gonna get the counter hit. I want to memorize this timing. This timing is so important. You have to practice every single day. So then it's like you know, embedded in your mind. Like you have to, you know, do this every single time, because if somebody is pressuring you, you're blocking. If somebody is trying to do something that's unreal, walk forward and grab or something like that, you are counter hitting them, and now you are the one who's pressuring them. So that's how you get out of pressure. This is one of the best ways to get out of pressure. You know, combine this with delayed tech throw sometimes, you know, when there is no pushback of between the grab and the button or something like that, and combine this with like EXTPs or perfect parries, and now you have a great, you know, defense for your character when you're being pressured, right? So the idea is, as I said, use a light punch and immediately afterwards use the follow-up just in case the light punch is a counter hit. So this is like how I do it right now, and this is like very essential. You might think that this is like very simple, very simplistic, right? This cannot be right, but it is. If you memorize this timing, just do this example, right? The same example or something similar to it. If you do this example, I suggest you copy and paste the same example, because it will show you a real example of somebody just doing something that is unsafe, but they have to like walk forward and grab you, and sometimes they do a block string afterwards. So if you are able to counter those two options with one option, okay, it will be great. It will give you a lot of like competitive advantage in your defense, in your matches. It will make them really think about new ways to like open you up. You can add another another training, a fourth practice routine of like anti-airs, of just somebody just like, you know, jumping around, doing medium kick like this, and then one time you anti-air them from the front, the next time you anti-air them as a cross-cut DP. You can add that if you want, but generally speaking, these three, you know, practice routines are the ones that I'm doing right now, and they do help a lot. If you guys found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment down below if you think this is something that you want to watch, or you want more of this, or if there's any other routine that you want the guys to know or you want me to know about, and we can all practice and learn from each other. And with that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.